Peace, family. It's your sis j.coffee. Welcome in and welcome back to my Oracle house. Sagittarius, this is going to be a reading for you. This is kind of like, this is a personal request, though this is not a personal reading. This is a spread that will help us see who is your best match, Sag. So, though we may meet many soulmates in our lifetimes, not all of them are a good match. Sometimes you can have compatibility with them, but you don't have fulfillment. You know, some of them come just to teach us lessons or show us, you know, act as mirrors, show us things about ourselves that we need to see. Okay, but this particular spread is who is my best match. Like, who's the ultimate match for me? Simply Love, Blossom. I like these. Blossom keeps showing for you. All right, so infinite source, truth, creator of all things, Father, power, mother, wisdom, archangels, angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides. We thank you. Thank you for this time, for this energy, for this coming together of the collective. Give me a reading for the Sagittarius collective. Benevolent energies, only messages for the highest good of anyone watching this reading. No malicious, malevolent, lying, or trickster spirits are welcome here. That'll be blocked, banished, banned, broken, kept out. They have no place in this reading. Want truthful energies only, benevolent energies only. Energies that align with the highest good of the collective. Thank you, and so be it. So be it. So be it. All right, Sagittarius. Now, I had started your reading, and I had to start it over again. It was a little bit weird. I don't know why that happened, but it worked out anyway. Like, it was good. It was good that it worked out because I needed some different decks out for you. So, I'm using, my first pull is going to be from the John Holland, the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck. What is this? And it was good. Like, when they led me to this after the reading started, they led me to this, I was like, oh, wow. I guess I do see why y'all did that, because this is definitely a better deck for this. So the first position is, what would this person's best quality? Like, what would Sagittarius's best qualities be in this person? Their best match. Ooh. Balance. Look at that. That's beautiful. I'm going to do book read for this, though I know these cards somewhat. I've used these cards before. I haven't used them in a very long time. I tend to use these cards when I'm doing like past life readings, but I haven't done them in a long time either. Feeling alone. Okay. This person may be a divorcee. This person may be somebody who had to leave for home. They could be a soldier. They could have had to go to war, or like, you know, leave their family behind, because that's the energy that this is giving me. It's like there's a moon in this card, and this person, though they're carrying a light, almost like in the Hermit card, they're looking for the light. In your first position, there was an emphasis on Cancerian energy in the other cards I was using, and now I'm picking up on it in this. This is almost giving me like Five of Cups energy, but I'm gonna read from the book still. Anyway, they're carrying the light like in the Hermit. That's what I was saying. So they may have had to have like done a journey a long time, you know, or traveled a long distance from home, and they've been carrying the light. Something's been revealed to them. Yeah, it's like this person is looking for you too. I'm hearing oh my goodness, I can't remember the name. I knew the name of this movie my whole life, and now all of a sudden I can't think of it. The song with Faisal, the movie with Faisal, the little mouse. A tale. I can't remember the name. But where they're singing the song Somewhere Out There. That somewhere out there, beneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of me. And something like loving me and loving me tonight. Something like that. Somewhere out there. Like we're looking at underneath the same blue sky. You're looking at the same stars and moon, looking for your person. So whoever you're searching for, they're searching for you too. And if you haven't met them already, okay? And if you have already met them, then this was where they were. Like, that's one of their best qualities, is they were looking for love just like you were. They were praying for somebody just like you were. They went through some type of heartbreak just like you did. You know, I like this 14, balancing of the heart. Let's check this out. Sorry about that, Sag. It took me a minute to get to the placement in the book. So these cards, these black, are like major arcana cards, and this is you. That's deep. This is a 14. This is like the temperance card. And this is a balancing of the masculine and the feminine. And the fact that I'm seeing it that way now, when I first saw the 14, I'm like, is that like a temperance card? But I just couldn't remember. And then when I pulled the book, as soon as I pulled the book, and I read the keywords: renew, acknowledge, compromise, equality, harmony, healing, I'm like, oh, this is definitely temperance. So your person, your best match may possibly be a Sagittarius like you, or someone with that highly aspected in their chart somewhere. You know, somewhere where that's really influencing them, somewhere where you guys can connect. It may even be a part of yourself. Please don't be discouraged by that with this feeling alone. It's like you may have a hard time finding a good match for you, Sag. And instead of opposites attract, it's giving me the energy of it might be someone just like you, and that may make it kind of hard for you to tolerate them initially, you know, or have patience with them, find the balance with them. Yet in the grand scheme of things, that's what that's one of their best qualities, is that this is your match. Like, whoever this person is, they can go toe to toe with you, head to head with you, and it's not just in an arguing or combative energy. It's like in a mirroring energy, where it's like, yeah, they might present certain flaws, but it's going to be flaws that you need to correct within yourself, which in turn will allow you to have more patience for them. Like, if they are the masculine version of you or the feminine version of you, it's going to allow you to see yourself better. You know, it's going to allow you to understand yourself better and harmonize with yourself better. So I'm kind of digging that, but let's read a little bit. So balance is important in all aspects of life, but it is especially important in relationships, both with others and with yourself. Thank you, Spirit. This card suggests that you examine your relationship to see if they are truly in balance. A healthy relationship should include time to be together as well as time to be apart. Take some time in peaceful solitude to renew your acquaintance with yourself. Interesting. Acknowledge what you bring to the relationship and what your partner brings to the relationship. Ensure that you both play an equal role and that no one person dominates. And what's deep is what I was thinking too, with the feeling alone and the balance, after everything that I said about those two cards, it's like this person may, if you have not met this person already, you may meet this person like at a time when you've taken time to heal, like when you've truly been alone for some time and you truly start to balance out the masculine and feminine energies within yourself, and you find the balance within yourself so that you're ready for this person. You know what I mean? So that you can really have a healthy relationship. Because sometimes when you meet people when you're still trying to heal, and I'm not saying it never happens or it never works, I'm just saying sometimes if you've been in relationships like X to the next, you know, back-to-back relationships, you might meet somebody and find that they bring out all the worst in you, because they're really showing you what you need to still work on healing before you can even think of having that healthy relationship. So, you know, these little weird sounds are bothering me. I'm sorry. I have a candle, right? The candle is crackling. It's supposed to, but I didn't know it was going to be this loud in your reading. All right, back to the book. So compromise is required in order to be in a relationship. In order for a relationship to be harmonious, be willing to give and receive. By finding the middle ground, you'll help to ensure that your needs and the needs of your partner are met. Compromise also includes accepting that people are individuals with different personalities and ways of looking at the world. Embrace your differences. Enjoy your similarities. If you find yourself at odds, be willing to work through issues honestly and with love, confident that your differences can be resolved. This is an excellent time to help heal discordant relationships by bringing them into better balance. If you're seeking a romantic relationship, balancing aspects of your own life will open the way to new love. Also, making sure that your relationship with family and friends are in balance will set the tone for the new romance that is on its way to you. I really like that, actually. That just confirmed everything I was saying, but it put it in a much more eloquent way, so I'm really liking that. So let's check out this feeling alone, and let's move to the next position. One sec. Okay, so this feeling alone card is actually, this red border is actually Pentacles. So this is like a 5 of Pentacles card, and that's why this person is left out in the dark, left behind. But like I said, this person may have come from, they may be a divorcee, they may be a widow, a widower. They may be somebody who was in like a long-term committed partnership that ended, and it left them like looking back at that longing, you know, to get in, feeling like they're shut out and like, I can't find my way back home. You know, that 8, that strength, that's control. For some reason, I feel like this person may be like scared to love, or like scared to love you. You know what I mean? Initially. Yet, they will be, you may be going through the same thing. I feel like when you guys meet each other, you're going to kind of be going through the same thing. So you're going to help each other balance that out. And that's going to be what you find to be their best quality. Like, you really mirror me so good, so much. And yet, it's triggering. Yet, it's forcing me to take a second look, a deeper look at myself, and really get it together. That is, you know, a good quality, especially if somebody is willing to be patient with you and work with you and work through the way you feel. You know, that matters. All right, so this feeling alone card is lack, abandon, insecurity, support. True love and emotional support may be lacking at this time. This card suggests a period of feeling lonely or abandoned. You may think that no one understands your needs or even cares about you. Perhaps someone, excuse my choppy reading right now. It's my eyes. I'm sorry about that. All right, so perhaps someone you turn to for support has deserted you, or a hoped for love has rejected you. Your insecurities may rise to the surface to overwhelm you at this time. All that you desire may seem unattainable. Don't let your confidence be shaken. There are lessons in everything, and know that this difficult period is only temporary. Your spirit guides and the divine support you. Talk with them about how you're feeling and what you need right now. Also seek the support of those friends and family who are there for you. Help is at hand, you just don't see it. Be careful, because depression feeds upon itself. Lift yourself out of it by doing something physical, like taking a walk, exercise, sing, or even volunteer your time. You'll feel better, and in doing so, will attract happiness into your life. Now, once again, I have to go back to the thought that, and this is just how it's coming to me. This is my first time doing this spread, and the way that the energy is coming to me, I just kind of have to honor that, because I'm a very, like, intuitive reader, more so than the book, more so than, you know, I look at the pictures and all that, but I really feel the energy of what is giving me. And that's what it's giving me, is like, right now, you may not have met this person at all, because you may have been stuck in a series of back-to-back, you know, a series of lack, a series of betrayal, a series of trying to figure out you. So it may be that you need to love yourself first before this person comes along. All right. I'm going to move on to the position, because there's going to be other cards to kind of clarify what's coming out here. So I'm just going to keep on moving on with the reading, okay? All right. All right. So what are the worst qualities going to be about this person? What is this person's worst quality going to be, Spirit? What is going to be the most triggering quality or the worst quality about this person? Sagittarius best match. Thank you. Solar plexus chakra. Interesting. Dedicated effort. Okay. So first of all, your person may be materialistic, okay? This person may be, I'm hearing workaholic, you know, like this is giving me the energy of like, Michelangelo. You know how he when he painted the Sistine Chapel, like how he wouldn't stop. He just couldn't stop till it, you know, took him down. And then you have observe 12. Huh. Let me see. Okay, Sag, I didn't want to make you wait while I got the page. So this card is number 3, solar plexus chakra. It says key facts: color yellow, sound ram or ram, element fire, glands pancreas and adrenal. Keywords I can. Like I was saying, I'm sorry, just forgive me, because sometimes my guys kind of cut it in and interrupt the thought. So I was saying, though, this person may be like a workaholic. This person may, it's giving me little engine that could, like highly ambitious, like a paper chaser, a big dreamer. I said superficial. So this person could be like, want to be in the spotlight, the keeping up with the Joneses type of person. All right. And I'm going to read. The solar plexus chakra is located above the navel area, just below the rib cage. It represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. This chakra is associated with clairsentience, or inner feeling, which is the major psychic reception area. To strengthen this, I'm not going to do that to strengthen this. See, now it's saying keywords I can, but I'm hearing I know. I know. So I don't know what that is, because somebody who thinks they know everything, not everything, but you know what I mean? Somebody who thinks they know what's best. That type of energy. It's definitely giving fire energy there. Even though these cards are the pentacles. So 91. It's like 8 of pentacles that work. Back to you. So you have work, perseverance, skill, and understanding. Creating and maintaining satisfying relationships takes effort and diligence. You've shown that you have what it takes and that you're dedicated. Through your life's experiences, you've learned some valuable interpersonal skills. Use these tools to continue to nurture your relationships with family, friends, and with your partner. It's easy to lose focus, especially when situations become difficult. However, you have the integrity and discipline to continue to work at improving your relationship with others. Your efforts will be rewarding. It's a good time to learn more about the people you're currently in a relationship with. The more you understand a person's belief, the easier it is to comprehend the motives behind his or her actions. The greater understanding will go far in fostering better communication. Learning new communication skills would also be useful at this time. Pardon me. You have what it takes to sustain positive, loving, supportive relationships. Keep up the good work. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, for some of y'all, this energy is giving me like a fire and Libra. It's giving me like Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, one of the 3. All 3. One of the 3 energies, along with the Libra energy. And the only reason I'm saying that is because the cards that jumped down here before, I was using this deck when I started your reading that I had to cancel. It had to do with like justice. It had to do with like knowing. And I'm telling you, this card, one of the key words says I know. But I mean, but I keep hearing I am in my head, right? And then I feel like your person is kind of spacey, because I'm having a difficult time doing this reading for real. And behind this work effort is the observe. That's a Pisces energy. That's the hangman energy. So now in this position, with these cards being like some of their worst qualities, is giving me the energy of like, this person has what it takes to find balance in a relationship, yet I feel like they overthink. Like, this person is an overthinker, and they kind of do too much juggling with an individual thought. So like, something could happen with you, and this person could be trying to measure the situation, but in all of their measuring and all of the weight that they're putting on their scale, they're not spending enough time checking themselves or curbing themselves, correcting themselves, viewing themselves. They're just not spending enough time looking at themselves, because they're so stuck on, I know what's good, I know what's right, and I have what it takes, that they forget to be patient with you sometimes. And that seems like it's one of this person's worst qualities. Is like, they might be a poor communicator. You know what I mean? They might have a hard time expressing their emotions, and they might have a hard time listening to you. Now, Sag, I don't know if that's how you are, but this person is definitely, I think that's going to be the hardest moments between you, is that if you end up in an argument, they're going to be trying to tell you the way it is, like as almost as if they're laying down the law. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it is, and this is what it is, and they're going to be so hell-bent on trying to convince you or persuade you that what they're saying is true. And even if it is, they may have a hard time hearing that you also have a truth, and two things can be true at once. You get what I mean? Like, okay, that cool, you're not wrong, babe, but what, I'm not wrong either. And the problem is we can't seem to get each other to see it from each other's perspective. Like, I'm gonna need you to walk 2 moons in my shoes while I walk 2 moons in yours. Maybe we need to take a beat. You know, maybe we need to stop talking, you know, not stop talking altogether, but, you know, give each other a break for a couple weeks, a couple days, a couple months, until we realize that if we're going to make this work, both of us are going to have to level up our listening skills as well as our communication skills. So that's the energy that I'm picking up on one of their worst qualities, like what they're going to be triggering in you and what is going to be the biggest challenge of this person brings to the table when it comes to you, Sag. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. All right. What will be happening in Sagittarius' life when they meet this person? What will be happening in the life of they like want to throw out about 10 of them cards. I'm glad only one dropped out. Crown chakra. Let's see. Oh, wow. Base chakra. Wow. You got a lot of shit. So, yeah. Okay. So that's making me feel like this person absolutely triggers you. I feel like they trigger the mess out of you to the point that these are the chakra points that you're going to have to work on as a result of dealing with this person. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to laugh. Please forgive me, Sag, but that's just what it's giving me. Is like, yeah, they're going to be triggering. This person is definitely, even though they're your best match, it's like the greatest, hardest thing you ever do. You know, this person may even be like the final chapter of your life, or like your last relationship. You know, and if you have to work for it this hard, I hope you're willing to make it work if this is your best match, because it is going to be a challenge. I'm not going to lie. That's what's coming out. You know what I mean? This is a challenging person, but potentially a great love as the best match for you. You know what I mean? So, all right. So, crown chakra, violet sound, none or om can be used. The om, the A-U-M, or the O-M, the om or the om. All right. Element, thought, gland, pineal. Keywords, I know. Look at that. And that's where you're going to be at in life when you meet this person. It's feeling like my intuition is on point. You know, I believe, I'm hearing, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Like, you're like, I have clarity of vision. I think I'm headed in the right direction. And you're in a place where you're like, I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need you to be my mama. I don't need you to be my daddy. I don't need you to be my boss. I just need you to be my partner. But it's like, I don't know how to say this without being offensive, Sag. It's kind of like you got a little stick up your butt. You know what I mean? Like, you've been hurt so many times that you're so hard pressed. Like, I don't want to hear nothing you know, because I know. I already know. You don't gotta tell me what I already know. My intuition is gangster, son. What are you talking about? Like, that's the energy it's giving me. It's almost giving, even though crown chakra under normal circumstances this would be a beautiful thing. This crown chakra with this base chakra, like, where will you be? I'm almost feeling like when you meet this person, all that I just said, right? So it's gonna be after a series of challenges. It's going to be after maybe you took a dark night of the soul, you know, and you had to, maybe you discovered you were, you know, intuitive, psychic, clairvoyant, clairsentient, whatever it is. You know, maybe you discovered, oh snap, I have some spiritual gifts, and not only do I have these gifts, but they're pretty on point, because things keep happening around me that I saw that coming. So unfortunately, if you're in a low vibration, and I'm not saying base chakra is a low vibration, but I'm saying if you're like out of balance in that area, it can create a sense of arrogance. It can create a sense of pride and indignant type of energy, or like a belligerent at times, because you feel like, yo, you're not going to make me question myself. You know what I mean? Like, my intuition is so on point, you can't make me question myself. Yet, that's not a good place to be. The place to be is in a place of humility. So no, don't question yourself. Yet, you need to allow. So if this is somebody you want to be your partner, you need to give them the floor too, and allow them the room that they can be right too. Like I said earlier, like, two things can be true at once. You know what I'm saying? So don't let your ego get in the way just because your intuition is on point. You know, and there's something going on with that base chakra, because I'm feeling like that card is at the bottom of the deck, so it didn't flip, and it couldn't have come out in reverse since it didn't flip. Yet I feel that had that jumped, it would have come out in reverse, because that's the energy it's giving me. So let's go back and look at it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a moment, please. I didn't read the card because I got into the message. I want to read the card for you, at least some of it. All right. The crown chakra is located at the top of the head and has been called the 1,000-petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. This chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's a connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown chakra is the area where ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. To enhance this chakra, sit quietly and visualize a lotus bud at the top of your head. As the blood, wow, that's deep. Yo, I hope ain't nobody hit you in your head. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I just saw somebody I just saw somebody hit somebody on their head. The fact that I'm trying to say as the bud blossoms, and I can say it now, as the bud blossoms, right? But when I'm looking at this book, it kept coming out as the blood. Like, and I'm sitting here, I'm envisioning the lotus at the top of the crown chakra, like this lotus flower opening up, right? At the top of the crown chakra. And all I see is blood dripping down somebody's face. Pardon me for if that was like a little graphic or gory, but I just caught the visual of that. So I don't know. Now, this position is what will be happening in your life around the time when you meet this person. So unfortunately for some of you, and I hope this is not true. I don't hope it's not true, but I kind of hope maybe that person's not here. I don't know. But for some of you, you may have been in an abusive relationship. And that could have been, physically abusive relationship. And that could have been something why it ended before with another person. And it could be a trauma for you. Do you understand what I mean? Like, that could be what's making you feel like there's no way I'm going to doubt myself. There's no way I'm going to not trust my intuition, because I did that before and I already know what that leads to. You get what I'm saying? That leads to me being tied in a relationship with somebody who wants me physically. You just on some, base chakra stuff. You're... It's hard to talk because of the visuals that I'm getting. So for some of y'all, this is probably going to be real graphic, and I don't know how to say it without being graphic. But one of the ways to connect, one of the ways that some people connect with the base chakra is to traumatize somebody from the rear, if that makes sense. It's like a portal. That's a portal. You know what I mean? The part of your body is a portal. Maybe I'll link a video to this one that explains that a little bit better, because I really don't want to go into detail. I'm not trying to teach y'all weird things that you may not need to know, but I don't want you to hear it from me. I need you to hear it from somebody else. That's the point. So maybe I'll attach a video in the pinned comment to that shows why that's not really a good idea, and why people who practice dark art and who use sacrificial magic and stuff like that, why do they do that to people? Why do men sometimes seem like, I don't know, like in the music industry? You get what I'm saying? Why is there a lot of that activity going on, especially behind closed doors? And how a lot of times it's not about the physical act, it's about receiving the power. It's something that an energy vampire would do to source power, to pull power through your base chakra, which has to be entered through another way. Do you understand? I'm going to move on. Somebody may have done that to you in the past is what I'm saying. Especially with this being what was happening, what would happen in your life around the time you met this person. Like you might have really had some negative experiences with some energy vampires that caused you to be like, yeah, I'm never doubting my intuition again. So I can't, you know, it made you rigid. You know, you're having a hard time being flexible because of your past. So there's maybe some trauma there for you is the point. All right, so let's get back to this. Base chakra, number 1. This is a really weird reading, y'all. Please forgive me. I don't even know if I want to post this. Cross that bridge when I get to it. All right, so key facts. Color, red. Sound, lam. I believe that's an A. Yeah, lam. Element, earth. Gland, adrenal. Keywords, I have. Known as the base or root chakra, this energy center is situated at the base of the spine. Boom, boom, boom. Not at the front of the spine or the front of the pelvis, but the base of the spine. There's only one way to access that on a physical level. You get what I'm saying? All right. And is most closely related to all of your earthly issues, such as survival. See that? The physical body. Issues of money, sustenance, safety, and shelter. See what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Like somebody could have done that to you in the past and been an energy vampire. And when you were dealing with that person, if you allowed them to do that or if they did that to you in a harmful way, maybe while you were intoxicated, somebody took advantage of you that way. Or like maybe they had you compromise yourself in that way that you wouldn't do that if you were sober. If that makes sense. To each his own. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this reading. And in this reading, that's how it's coming up. Like somebody could have convinced you to do that, forced you to do that, inebriated you enough to where you were loose enough or open enough to do that. If you took, you know, any type of inebriant, you know what I mean? Fluid, a pill, inhalant, whatever. And then you were open to it. And then that person got in there. And the next thing you know, you couldn't get money no more. The next thing you know, you're losing jobs. The next thing you know, you're losing houses and you're losing cars. Next thing you know, you don't want to be here anymore. Next thing you know, any negative memories like from childhood came flooding to the surface. You get what I mean? It's like a opening of a portal that never should have been touched or opened. And it got open. And after that moment and after that point, not moment, but that phase in your life when you were going through that all nothing but loss. It was like a period of loss. Your intuition is what saved you. Your crown chakra is what saved you from what was going on with your base chakra. And that's what puts you in an energy where you like, nah, you're not going to tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Wow, what an image. What an image. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Wow. I just keep seeing his face now. I'm going to pin that in the song. I don't know if that's called, what is it? Take my horse to the old town road. I'm going to ride till I can't no more. Wow, we're going to move the hell on. Let's move on. Fine. Jeez Louise, Sag. This is crazy. It's not crazy. It's just jarring. You know what I'm saying? Where will this person be at the time when they meet you? What will be going on with this person? Lead. Emperor energy. This person could be an Aries. This person is going to feel like they're on top of the world. This person is going to feel like I got my own and I don't need you. I want you. Don't need you. This person is going to feel like I got my own money. I got my own, you know, they're in control of their own kingdom. It's not even, it is giving me an arrogant energy, but it's not the worst. It's just kind of like, okay, so you do in my life. And so I was fine without you before you came, and I'll be fine if you're here, and I'll be fine if you leave. It don't matter. And that's how they might come off to you, even though this is not a negative energy in general. The Emperor is not a negative energy in general, but that's the energy that it's giving me in this reading. Is like, at the time when you meet this person, they could take or leave you. You know what I mean? Because they got their own. Not only that, but emperors usually have a harem, meaning that they don't lack for... They're a wanted person, man or woman. This could be a male or a female. You get what I'm saying? But they're wanted, so they have many options. They don't need anybody specifically. You know? Sorry about that, Sag. Your reading got interrupted. Okay, and then you have 17. Heal. Wow. Interesting. So this person, like, yeah, like I said earlier, they may have gotten out of a marriage, been divorced, widowed, broken up from a long-term relationship, because this card is giving me all the energy of like, yo, I broke free from the bonds of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why they feel like I don't, that's why it's coming off like that. Like I might want you, but I don't need you. You know, so if I'm here, it's because I want to be, because I damn sure don't have to be. That's the energy it's giving me, because they have also, like I said, this person's going to be a mirror, right? So like you, they have been through some mess and they like freed themselves of that. So it's like, I'm never going back. Maybe this person is actually scared of really being committed. Even if they want it, they might have a little fear of it because of what they've been through already. You know what I mean? Yeah, and this person is like, this is star card energy. This is Aquarius energy. But it's almost giving me the energy of like this person has broken free of the bonds of the devil. So either their person in the past was a Capricorn, either this person is like a Aries Capricorn combo type of person, or or goodness sakes, they've just broken free from an illusion. They're like, I'm healed from that. I don't need a long-term commitment. Like, we can be friends with benefits. You can be my emotional support person. You know, I like to chill with you, hang out with you, but I don't need to wake up with you. You know what I mean? Because they've already been there. Like, they've already been there, done that, and it wasn't the best for them. Yeah, simply, I love you whether I'm with you or not. You know what I mean? I like you, I love you, I see you as, you know, we're family. Like, we're like family. You know what I mean? Let me get the books on this. That's what I'm getting, but let me get the books. All right. So lead, you have keywords, guide, prioritize, art, structure, effort, reason. In matters of the heart, the energy of this card can both help and hinder. And that's what I'm talking about. That's, okay, thank you. Let me just keep reading. Examine the role that you play in your relationship. Do you take the lead and guide in the direction of the relationship, or do you follow the other person? If you lead, are you forcing your will on the other person? If you follow, are your own needs being met? A solid relationship involves give and take, lead and follow. There has to be an even exchange of energy. And this is true for all relationships. This card reminds you to guide and not dominate. So that's the negative energy. It's like, that's what I'm feeling like. This person may have like a dominating energy to where they're not really sure how to do the dance of give and take. They want to be the person in the lead, and that's why I was getting that negative energy off it. I guess that's how it was designed. Matter of fact, that's why there's two emperors in this card. It's like a cold one and a warm one. One with the crown and one with no crown, and yet it's the same person. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's, thank you, Spirit, because I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. I don't be tripping. I'm not saying I can't ever be wrong, but when it comes to the way my intuition is trying to communicate with me, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I'll do these readings and then I'll look back on it and see, like, dang, I missed that. Or, man, I should have said these other two things, these other three things that I would see in hindsight of doing the reading. But lately, I haven't had as much time to spend with, like, the editing. Because before, I would kind of put it up on the screen. Lately, I haven't been having that kind of time. So I try to cover it as much as I can. I'm trying to, like, slow myself down as much as I can to let the whole message come out. Because stuff like this, I would miss. Like, if I didn't pull this book out, I would have missed this whole second person in the picture because he wasn't standing out to me. You get what I mean? But now it makes sense. So thank you, Spirit. Let's move on. I'm going to look at 17, heal, and then I'll look at simply love on the bottom. So 17, forgive. Hold on. That's this one, heal. Let's set them there. Forgive, offer, receive, serenity, hope, inspiration. A peaceful healing energy sounds right. What? All right, I'm sorry, y'all. A peaceful healing energy surrounds you right now. This is an ideal time to bring healing to your relationships and realize your hopes and dreams. This card could be presenting itself to ask you, isn't it time for forgiveness? Understand that no human being can be perfect. By accepting this, you're in a position to forgive yourself and those whom you're involved with. Forgive freely and without reservations, as blame and resentment are heavy weights to bear. By forgiving, you'll feel a weight lifted from your shoulders and become enveloped by deep serenity. You'll also give the gift of serenity to the other person. Don't just offer forgiveness, also offer your love and thoughtful insight. Open, non-judgmental dialogues with others, sharing what you've learned and how you've grown. By doing so, you'll be encouraging others to practice forgiveness. With hope for the future, relationships can blossom. Please know, too, that by forgiving yourself and embracing a hopeful spirit, you will also invite a new relationship into your life. At the same time, be willing to receive the blessings that others have to offer to you. Be open to their insights and guidance. Listen objectively to what others have to say and act upon that guidance if it feels right to you. Be receptive to divine inspiration as well. It surrounds you at this time. Heal yourself, heal your relationships, and be at peace. You know what, Sag? I was trying to do this reading to be like a little fun, little cute reading. And I see fully why it got canceled the first time and why it had to be started, because this is not a joke. And it feels very much like you guys, this is you, this is them, right? Like this crown chakra thing was you, something that you needed to heal from, you needed to deal with, trauma from a physical relationship and how that person treated you and what they took from you that you're trying to heal from. And now this person is bringing the same energy. It's like you guys are going to be at the same place when you meet each other. You're both going to be trying to overcome traumas from the past that people did to break your heart. And you're going to be presenting that resentment for those other people in that relationship and like projecting it at each other. But it's not really real, because if you can get through this conversational barrier you're having, there's healing for both of you to be there. You know what I'm saying? There's healing to happen. It's ripe for happening if both of you can get past that communication barrier. Okay, let's look at 6, Simply Love. Oh boy. I should know better by now. I'm just not really a fun person. It's not that I can't have fun. I have lots of fun when I get together with the people that I love. But when I'm doing certain things, particularly when I'm reading, it can get real serious sometimes. You know? Alright, so the green are cups. So this is like the 6 of cups. And that's what I thought anyway. This is like a father and son. But I'm feeling, this person may have some wounds from their father, some father wounds. But this is also my soulmate, soul tribe card. Yeah, just breathe. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's the 4 of Swords. Yeah, this, like I told you, this person is like an overthinker. You know, and they think a lot about the past. They could have a father wound. It's definitely a relationship wound there. I'm trying to see the page where this is at. Simply Love, 107. Keywords: innocence, nostalgia, kindness, and children. People often finally remember the innocence of youth as a time when life seems simpler. This card is a call to action that brings that innocence and energies into the present and into your relationships. As much as you can, interact with others from a pure and open heart, full of love and free of ulterior motives. Do this and you'll find your relationship will deepen and require far less effort. When you reminisce about your past, bring back only the happy memories and cherish them. I'm going to tell you right now, as somebody who's experienced a lot of trauma, that is so much easier said than done, yet it is possible. Because once I kind of sat with the things that were making me miserable and sad and horrible, I learned how to move through my triggers, breathe through my triggers, voice how I felt about them, and keep moving. You know what I mean? And keep moving forward. And I'm not sitting here like, oh, I'm perfect now. I'm good now. Everything's healed. It's not like that. It's like I had to just see the mental game that was being played on me within myself to change the energy and take the reins. You know what I mean? I remember being a child and people used to say, like, if you're not in control of yourself, that means something else is inhabiting you. That's what I was told. Like something else is inhabiting you and is taking the will of your vehicle. If you want to be the one driving your vehicle, you need to be fully clear and present with a sound mind and heart. You know, you need to find a way to bring those things into harmony. And you can't do that when you're stuck with a lot of stuff from the past that's unhealed that you haven't even been willing to face. You get what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't mean to, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be long-winded, but it's kind of like people who are emotionally unavailable, because I feel like at sometimes in this dynamic, one person or maybe even both of you gets a little emotionally unavailable. And a lot of times when you get like that, that's when we get into this place of like projecting, where we start projecting what we're going through onto the other person, you know, and it creates a lot of problems. Or we get stuck in a state of pacifism where we need to have those inebriants to cope and get through the day. Like, I just don't want to think about that. You know, you always have to have the radio on, or you always have to have the TV on. It's that type of energy, or that type of person. You know, that type of state or phase where you're like, I can't sleep in the dark. I can't sit when it's quiet. I can't meditate. You know, I gotta have always something else going on from outside of myself. And that's what it is. Like, you're grasping for things outside of yourself to fulfill yourself instead of being here with it. Because this is like self-fulfillment here. This is your masculine and your feminine. You're giving and you're receiving. Your action and you're being still. Energy in harmony, balance. Your heart and your mind in balance. Yin-yang harmony. Infinite. Like, this is inner peace. This is true inner peace. And you can't have that when you're always like, I need somebody to be with. I need somebody to be around. I need to listen to a movie. I need to listen to music. You're grasping for all these things outside of yourself, instead of knowing that you already have everything you need inside of yourself. But there's something that's trying to communicate with you. That's what's making you feel so irked every time it goes quiet. You can't even sit with yourself. It's what's making you feel so agitated and antsy and like, I gotta be doing something. I gotta be somewhere. I gotta go somewhere. You get what I mean? Like, when you have inner peace, you have no need to do that. It doesn't mean you don't get up and do that. It just means you have no real need to do that. You do those things as you want to. You're not forced or pressed to do it. You get what I mean? Inner peace is the reason why people actually do go to the Himalayas and be like, I'm gonna be good being around a whole bunch of people that's quiet all day long. Or why people go, whatever. You get me? You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna move on. So that's enough on that card. Let's move on. Okay, so this is where I'm going to bring out different cards. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull a couple from this, and then I'm going to pull from a couple other decks, because this part of the reading is, I want cards that'll show how will you know who this person really is. Cards that truly confirm how you'll know who this person really is. How will Sagittarius know who this person really is? Anything else from this deck on how Sagittarius? Thank you. Feeling alone. Now it's jumped out. And control. Now both of those cards have jumped out. I'm not reading from the book on this, though. Win or lose. Wow. Huh. All right, so that's one thing you'll know, is that this person wants to have you at all costs. So even if you fight, they'll come back. If they throw you away, you'll come back. You both will be trying to fight to have this relationship at all costs, even though it is indeed a fight going on with you. You both may play a little bit dirty. You might not always be fair with each other. You know what I mean? And then it'll be stuck. I feel like you'll kind of be caught in a cycle of this back and forth, off and on for a little while until you figure it out. You know what I mean? You'll be trying to find the strength to stay away, but you won't be able to, because you got to have this person at all costs. So that's some of the ways you'll know who this person is. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Roll Oracle, which is kind of like an archetype deck. All right. Give me some cards to show Sagittarius how they'll know for sure who this person is. Give me some indicators. How Sagittarius will know who this person is. How will Sagittarius know who this person is? With clarity. Something, did it flip? No. How will Sagittarius know for sure with clarity who this person is, please? How will Sagittarius know? Thank you. Who this person is with clarity, please? Well, there's the Hermit now come out, but in reverse. All right, so like I said, this person will have been coming out of Hermit, or you will be coming out of Hermit. You have Quester, yeah, adventure, expedition, discovery, quest, challenge. This person will want you at all costs. They'll be up for the challenge. You know what I mean? They'll be up for venturing to get, you know, to win you, or to have you. You know, it'll feel like an adventure to you. It may feel like a whole hurricane or a roller coaster, because I just heard hurricane in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Any more from this deck? How will Sagittarius really know who this person is with truth and clarity? All right, Samurai. This card likes to jump out a lot of this deck. Honor, loyalty, Katana, warrior. This person may be very, like, fearless. I'm not going to say they're necessarily a good fighter, but they may be. God forbid it, you at this age and you got to find something like that out. But they may be. They're definitely going to be fearless, though. You know what I mean? They might like karate movies, samurai movies. You might like to watch, like, Baby Cart, or you know what I'm saying, those back in the day kung fu theater karate flicks. Like, they might just really be into martial arts, a martial artist. It doesn't matter. They're gonna have a lot of heart. This person, they're gonna have a lot of heart. I'm gonna pull from a different deck. I'm gonna pull from my Game of Thrones tarot deck. How will Sagittarius really know who this person is? How will they know with clarity who this person really is? How will Sagittarius truly know who this person is? Definitely feel like this person is going to have some fire sign energy for sure. I don't know why. It's like heavy emphasis on fire. So they may not be a fire sun sign. They may be a fire sun sign. Or they may not. But I feel like they're going to have fire. Aries, Leo, and or Sag highly aspected in their chart. 8 of Swords. This is going to be a type of person, like I told you already, an overthinker. You're going to overthink a whole lot of stuff. You're going to see this person that's like, damn, can you get out of your head for a few minutes and really be present for me? You're going to feel like that. Because this person may be the type of person who, as I said earlier, if they're emotionally unavailable, or you guys may, with that off and on energy, you might take a break and really just go sulk and kind of stew in it. And then you run back to each other, fight to get back together. Yeah. Libra, moon in Libra type of energy. This person may kind of keep your head spinning, keep you dizzy. Like, you know, this person might confuse you at first. I know it's hard to think, like, well, how is that a good match for me? Listen, I'm just doing a reading, and this is what they're telling me. So this is what I'm telling you. That's what I'm getting, so that's what I'm giving. You know what I mean? The moon. Like I said, this person may keep you in the dark. They may keep you confused a lot. You may feel like, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I'm not sure whether you're coming or going or what. I don't know. You know? That's more Piscean energy. I want to say Cancer, but it does not feel like Cancer. That's the second time Pisces has been like a strong force in this reading. Because that other card, even though it never came out, I can't remember what the card was, but it was the Hangman. It was like the Pisces. It's called something different in this deck, but it was Hangman energy. Yeah, let me get one more. Hierophant. This person is maybe very set in their ways. You know what I mean? Like, very set in their ways. One more for how will Sagittarius really know who this person is, please. 4 Cups. Yeah. Like I said, unfortunately, you guys are going to let each other go, I feel like, a few times. You might let each other go more than 4 times, or at least 4 times, until you figure out this is actually where I want to be, so let's stop throwing each other away. But this is your 10 of Cups. This is your best match. This is like your most solid, potentially the most solid partner you could have. But this is really, for real, challenging. Very challenging. All right, pull a few more from a different deck. Everything is like clarifying itself, you know. But I just want you to see. Sometimes I need to let the cards speak, so you don't think it's just coming out of my mouth. And for any of you readers, you know when you see these cards what it means. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm not tripping. All right, that's like 4 cards came out already. So, grave, no second chances. Like I said, y'all gonna keep walking away from each other. You may have a period of long separation right here with this. You know what I mean? Like, you may walk away from this person and it may really feel like, yo, there is no coming back from this. It may even feel like that every time you break up with this person, yet they always come back. So it might be a big gap. You might have an issue though, like where there's a huge gap in your relationship before you come back together. Freedom, surrender. Miss you, missing you, thinking of you, legal matters, disputes. One thing, like I said again, this person may have a criminal past. You know, or they may be battling with some legal issues. That may be another reason why they're scared to commit. But ultimately, at the end of it, they're going to be missing you. You're going to be missing each other no matter how many times you break up. You're going to feel like, I'm free. And then you're going to fight to get back to each other. And this may be a history to disputes, though. You guys are going to fight a lot, especially in the beginning. Especially early on, you're gonna fight a lot. See? Storm. Turmoil's coming ahead. Yeah, this person is like embodies a storm, and or they bring out the storm in you. I'm going to give you some advice, and we're going to close this out. All right, Spirit, so thank you. And with all that said, is there any advice that you can give to the Sagittarius collective? What do they really need to know? Like, what do they need to know while they're maneuvering through this with this person? Because this looks incredibly challenging. I mean, I know all relationships can be, but I'm asking for advice. Messages for the highest good of the Sagittarius collective concerning this person. That card desperately wanted to jump out. Golden Christed dragon. Christed. I've never seen that word before, actually. Bring your higher love so that you embody, the Christ. Embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. Yeah, so you're really going to have to look past this person's flaws, Sag. You're going to have to see them on a higher level. You're going to have to see them on a deeper level. And you're going to have to reach a higher aspect of yourself in order to even be able to overcome these things. And it really, truly looks and feels to me like a lot of the issues here are with being like overly passionate, or like not being able to, being able to temper your emotions, control your passion, like being able to what do you call that? Rein in your passions, and also being able to control your mouth or theirs. Do you get what I mean? Like the communication is going to be a problem. Sometimes it's going to be that we're not speaking. That's going to be the problem. And other times it's going to be like, damn, you're so reckless with your words. Your words are so fiery. They're like fiery darts. And then you have Source Dragon attunes you to the infinite. Be still, in silence, magic can happen, be in the moment. Yeah, in these moments where this is happening, it's like you're going to have to learn how to transmute. And this is actually the first time, it's like the golden dragons are jumping out like this, because they don't usually come out together. Usually if I'm doing advice, first of all, I'm usually looking for only one card. But for some reason I feel compelled to give you a little bit more because of how challenging this looks. But I don't normally see the golden dragons jump out. So this is giving me like Willy Wonka energy. Like this is really a once in a lifetime person. And if you don't learn how to control your mouth and your passions, and I'm not just talking about you, Sag, I'm talking about both of y'all, to be able to see each other. That's too many. To be able to see each other. This relationship will end up in the grave with no second chances. And yet, this will be one of the most profound people, most interesting, most challenging, most passionate experiences you've ever had with a person. It's worked out. All right. So then you have Magenta Dragon, and it was you to bring forward your soul wisdom. Awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. That's interesting in light of the times we're in. Look at it. Now you got two purple dragons. Magenta Dragon and a Lilac Fire Dragon. Transmutes through the power of divine love. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to end it right here. Transmutes through the power of divine love. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purify the heart. Purity of the heart brings peace, hope, and joy. And that's what I'm saying. When you guys finally realize that all these disputes are coming from past traumas and you're not even really doing this to each other, it's like you are doing something to each other, but it's like the walls that you have built up, you're walling each other out. You somehow have to find a way to drop those walls and accept the person how they are. And if you both are willing, to come into an agreement where you're like, okay, fine, look, maybe it's not going to be forever, but can we try to work through this right now? Can we try to have an understanding right now? Or are we just calling the whole thing off? Tomato, tomato, let's call the whole thing off. you know? Or can we look at each other and say, yo, you really are awesome and I love you, but we need to work through this. And you don't need to only do it, and I don't need to only do it. It's something we're going to have to agree on doing together. I'll give you some advice. You know, something that helped me in times past was a talking stick. I don't have one around me right now, but I'll use this as an example. So if you're familiar, it's a Native American custom culture thing, but if you're familiar or if you're not familiar with a talking stick, you could use a pillow, you could use any object, but for us, like the talking stick is more effective. So you could get an item and it's usually wrapped. You look it up, Google it, right? It's wrapped with like colors, and sometimes you might have like a bead, a feather or whatever. But when you go to have an important discussion, the person holding the talking stick is the one who's talking. So if I'm holding the talking stick, you don't interrupt me. You let me talk. You let me speak my piece and say what I have to say. And I'm not going to be long-winded. I'm going to just get it out. And I'm going to finish what I'm saying. And then I'm going to hand you the talking stick. And then your person would take this talking stick. And when they have it, you don't talk, Sag. You don't say anything. You keep your mouth shut and your ears open and your mind open and your heart open. And you let that person say their truth. And then you take this talking stick. And you do it back and forth. And it really does help. You know what I mean? It's not always necessary, but sometimes when you're having a hard time like this, some type of practice or exercise like that can really help. And maybe it'll get to the point where you don't need that anymore. And sometimes when it's getting a little heated, you might want to be like, you know what, pause. Let's grab the talking stick, or let's do the talking stick exercise right now, because I really don't want to fight you, but we damn sure need to talk. You know what I'm saying? All right, Sag, I love you. That's your reading. I hope this helps you in any type of way. I'm going to give you a bonus reading, and I'm going to come back and do just like a general reading or whatever. It's not going to be person A, person B. It's not going to be a love reading, though love may show up. Y'all know how that goes, right? All right, Sag, I wish you nothing but the best. I'll see you next time. Peace.